Now we're going to get our hands dirty and do the manual install. Now we've already created our database and we've stashed away the database username and the database name in our data sheet because that's going to come in handy here in just a minute. Now then, we're pretty much done with this. We've deleted the old database, we created the new one, and we've deleted all the files from our auto install or the easy install, so we're starting from scratch. Now then, you need a file to upload, and you go here to wordpress.org to get that file, and this is where you're going to find the most recent file, and as of the recording of this video it's 2.9.2. Now go ahead and just click on this, download this to your desktop, and then upload it and do what I'm about to do. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an older version to install as our WordPress blog so I can later on show you how to upgrade it. So aside from the version numbers, everything else is going to be exactly the same. So all you have to do, head on over here, download the latest version, and then unzip it on your desktop and upload it to your server. But before you do that, there's a couple of steps we got to cover. Now you can upload it either via FTP, which most everybody's going to be suggesting that you do, or you can also do it through your cPanel control panel's file manager. But that's a story for another day. I mean, we're going to use our FTP client, but I just want to let you know you can in fact do that all through the file manager of your cPanel control panel. Now then, you've already downloaded it, you've unzipped it. Now we got to do some tweaking around on our files inside of there. So first off, let us open up our file, and again, this is version 2.8.5, but it would pretty much look exactly the same as your version 2.9.2 or whatever version it is that you're downloading at the time that you're watching this video. Well, inside of here we need that config.php file, which we got access to through the FTP client in the prior video to get that password, remember? But there is no wp-config.php file in here. We have to make it. What is here is the sample file. No biggie. All we got to do is change this by deleting that dash sample, and then there's something inside of here that we got to use. So again, this is all before we upload it to our server. So let's go ahead and open this up, and we can use Notepad or whatever flavor of text editor you want to use. But I just right clicked on that, open with, let's use WordPad. As you can see, it's the exact same stuff that we found online whenever we went to our FTP or went through our FTP to get that password. The only thing is that right here we have to replace this with, you guessed it, the DB name and the DB username and the DB password. So let's open up our data sheet. We'll go ahead and copy this. That's our password. Copy. Okay, it's not being nice here, but we have to replace this and you do not want to mess with the quotes, okay? So you want to leave the quotes intact. So on either side of that, I just didn't want to mess with it any longer. But you got the single quote, password, single quote. Then you want to do the same up here with the username and the database name. That's why I like using Notepad instead of WordPad. Just one of my little quirks about the two. Because WordPad deals me a fit. Let's see what's going to do it this time. Nope. Hey, there we go. Okay. And that's our username. And the same thing for the database name. And again, you got to have the single quotes on either side. And that's it, folks. And we want to save this. And the local host, by the way, this does bear mentioning, 99% of the time this will remain intact. It will remain local host. But some web servers or web service companies like One-on-One, for example, theirs is not local host. It's a big long line of stuff, but what you'd want to do here is want to put in the host name, the database host name. Again, most every time it's going to be local host, but for those of you that are on One-on-One or any other web hosting service that this is not the case. Then if you can't find it, just contact them. Tell them you're setting up a WordPress blog and you got to have the database host name. What the heck is it? But it's usually going to be right in the same neck of the woods as the rest of this stuff. So chances are pretty good if you look around, you're going to find something that says MySQL host name or my whatever your database is host name. So now that we got that saved, we can close this out and head on back over to our folder here. And we want to get rid of the sample part of this. Now I've got mine set up so that it's not showing the extensions like the .php. But you can see right here, these are PHP files. That's a text document and so on. So now then, it is wp-config, and that's what we want. Now it's time to upload all these guys to our server. Head on over to our handy dandy FTP client, and right here is the 2.8.5. Open that up just to make sure this is the right one. Here's the config we just did. Check the date and time. Yep, that's the one. Okay. So now then we just select the very top file, hold the shift key down on my control or on my keyboard, then select the last file. Left click of your mouse, hold it and drag it on over, or right click, then left click on upload. And through the magic of video, this process will take just a moment. And you see it only took a couple of seconds. Actually, it was a few minutes, but through the power of video. Anywho, now we got everything uploaded. Now what we need to do is go to our install file. And what that is, that's going to be in our admin folder here. So rather than poke around in there, let me just show you. This is the URL we're looking for, yourdomainname.com, or wherever you have it installed. In other words, if you got it installed on a subdomain, it'll be the subdomain.com/this. Or if you got it in a subdirectory, it would be your domain / whatever your subdirectory name is / this. So this here is where that file is located at that we're looking for. So we want to put this into our URL since this is where it's located at for us. I'm going to copy that, head on back over here. We don't need this guy anymore, do we? Nope, I think we got that pretty well figured out. Paste, error establishing a database connection. Are you sure you have the correct username and password? And that is probably a problem that we can fix. Let's head on over here to our config file. Go down here to edit it, and let's just see. Localhost. I'll bet it had something to do with the, I think we got everything there. Well, at least our error area is a little confined. In other words, it's going to be in the database info somewhere. And I think I know what I did wrong because I've done it before. And it's something silly and I feel embarrassed. But I'm going to leave it in the video anyway, just to let you know that you can make mistakes and it's easily correctable. Actually, yeah, that's what I did this on purpose to prove this point to you. Yeah, that's my story and I'm sticking to it. So anyway, what I want to do is I want to go here to the info that we copied into, because this is what's in our actual database right now on the WP config file, and we can pull it up by just showing you right here, WRDP1. This is the name that we gave to our database and the user, okay, because we're pretty sure the password's correct, because I wasn't sure if it was the problem that we had in using WordPad to deliver this copy and paste kind of thing, but everything looks perfect. Okay, so the problem is going to lie in either the password is incorrect or the username or database name is incorrect, and I think I know exactly what it is. So again, this is our username right here, WRDP1, because I've done this before. I've transposed the D and the P. So let's head on back over to our cPanel. And when we get back to our cPanel, we need to log into our MySQL databases, and you can just click here because this gives you an idea as to what you've been doing lately. You can either just click here and go there, or you can just scroll on down to where you did before and click here. But we'll just use this guy right here. So bring us to our MySQL databases, And that's exactly it. So that's what I did wrong, was I transposed, I've got a PD instead of DP. So rather than just going through the process of changing all of this, this will also hopefully give the impression or the idea that you can name this anything you want, whether it's DP, George, hey you, whatever, but so long as what you have here is what you have here. So let's change these to the correct spelling, or as we have it anyway. That would be PD, PD, and then nope, I need to save this. And for those of you that don't have a FTP client that you can do this on the fly, then you want to just download this and make those changes of your wp-config file and then upload it and overwrite the existing one. And I think that'll do it. So we're good to go there. Yep, we're good to go. And now we just come on back here and all should be right with the world if we just hit enter, and there's our install stuff. Now then, we just go ahead and give it a title and an email. And again, this is stuff as we had gone over in the auto install process that can also be changed or edited or added once we've got everything installed and you're inside the dashboard. But just for the sake of now, we're going to go ahead and put in my title and well, it needs to be an actual email address. Email at So again, you want to make sure that you've got an actual email in here, not some bogus thingy like this. And you want to go ahead and put in some kind of a title in here. But again, you can change these things later. But the email address, keep in mind, it's important because any communication between you and those people that are at or inside your blog, this is what they're going to be using to get a hold of you. So it's important. And allow my blog to appear in search engines like Google and Technorata. Yeah, go ahead and check that so that your blog will appear and get some organic and free traffic. Click on Install WordPress. You want to note this because this is not going to be shown anywhere else. So we'll go ahead and you'll be changing this here in just a second. Go ahead and copy this. If you got RoboForm, this would be pretty cool too. But you can see admin as the default for the username. Most everybody's got this, so I would change that as well. Just the paranoid person inside of me would do that. And then click in login. It will bring you to the login page. Put in admin. Then the password that I just copied into my clipboard. Click on login. And my RoboForm. And there you are. Now right here, this big red box, you want to pay attention to this because this is going to have you change the password. So right now you want to go ahead and take you to the profile page. And by the way, our blog is installed. And you can just go here, put in your password, and this gives you a strength indicator. And of course you want to note whatever that password might be. And let's go ahead and use the one that we had in our auto install, which was this cat right here. Now it's probably not going to be overly strong, but for the sake of this video, it'll be strong enough. Update the profile. Put in any other info here about yourself you want. And that, folks, is that. Now let's just go ahead and check out our blog. And there you go. See? So you see, this is where we can make those changes that I mentioned earlier, and we're going to be able to customize this entire page here. So thanks a lot for checking out this video on how to manually install your WordPress blog. See, it ain't that hard after all. Thanks again, and you have a great day.